you've run into some issues recently with the city and the road outside. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I don't really know what the issue is. You have a road here roads that were created here every 400 or 500 feet that used to have major traffic through them for a long period of time when the place got developed. That's gone away. You don't have all of that demand on the streets anymore. So we have a significant, if anybody knows this area, there's a significant crime problem in this area, which is why buildings stay abandoned. So if someone's going to come in and invest a bunch of money, you have to do something to mitigate the crime. One of those things to mitigate crime is diminish access. And when you have a road that, maybe was getting 10 or 12 cars a day, but there's another street 300 feet away and another street 300 feet away that effectively go to the same place, maybe you don't need that road between those buildings where people can hide and they can break in and do things that you don't want them doing. That's Dana Street. Nobody's using Dana Street. The factories across the way on the other side are mostly warehouses now. Almost everything in this town that used to be factories employed a bunch of people are warehouses. Warehouses don't employ a bunch of people. You don't have the traffic you used to. So we're trying to turn this into a campus that allows us to invest money for more productivity, not reinvest money into an investment that we already made because now it's damaged, been stolen, been broken, been graffitied, all of the other things that go along with it. There's an issue with back taxes from the previous owner. And the previous owner, part of the thing that forced him into bankruptcy was that he owed hundreds of thousands of dollars in back taxes because he had never paid them. And the county had never tried to collect them, to my knowledge. Well,
and that wasn't cleared with when it was sold to a bankruptcy court?
No, they didn't require an agreement to pay those taxes back. What they required was the tax assessor to agree to the sale of the property to me. Okay? Part of that agreement by the assessor was that we would put together a deal to pay those back taxes, even though they weren't our taxes.
Right.
It's been reported.
They were attached to the property.
They were attached to the property, but typically those get wiped,
yeah.
Right? So we made an agreement that within a 5-year period, we would pay those taxes back. Okay? As we develop the property and the property becomes profitable, we would pay those taxes back. We're here reinvesting and putting it back in, trying to get it to where it becomes a profitable endeavor, and someone reports fallaciously that we somehow owe back taxes or haven't paid back taxes in years on property that we never owned. At best, that's inaccurate. At worst, there's an agenda trying to paint us with a brush for whatever reason. The reality is that we've agreed that we will pay those back taxes, even though they were not ours, that we will pay those as a part of this overall program with they're supposed to be upgrading the rail for us and doing curb and gutter in the Golden Triangle, making improvements on the property that help facilitate that make it of value for us to go ahead and pay those taxes, right? None of that work has happened. None of that work has been signed. We've agreed to pay taxes back within a 5-year period for the previous owner, and we intend on doing that. But sending a letter because of back taxes on something is not a foreclosure notice, and that's been incorrectly reported. All it is a letter that tries to prompt people to get them to pay taxes. This is a much more complicated deal with properties that were illegally partially demoed, a sale that failed, bankruptcy court proceedings that go on, taxes that were by a previous owner, not the current owner, improvements that need to be made, et cetera, et cetera. It's just not that simple, and it's just not right the way that they reported it.
717 Credit Union, a community-minded partner to help you succeed. Business loans, business checking, and business money market and certificates. 717 Credit Union. We're a local business too.